Blocked! Shoot! Shoot!
Hello guys, ShavedApe here, and today I have some Battlefield 4 beta gameplay for you. As you may or may not know, the beta started yesterday, October 1st. Or at least the quote unquote, and yes I did just do air quotes there.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Exclusive beta that's not really exclusive, is it? Because, yeah, millions are playing it. Anyway, the exclusive beta started yesterday. And I was having so much fun, I decided to post my live stream over to YouTube at least, because, well, I didn't want to stop playing to record a video. So yeah, I'll let you have my stream because I'm that nice. But today I decided I'd get a video out before we started playing again. Now I do know a lot of people are having issues with this one. Loss of frames, lag, you name it, people are complaining about it. And I guess they all feel self-entitled because, well, sadly that's what a lot of us gamers have become these days. Self-entitled assholes that think we deserve everything. We just don't. This is a beta, and while there are those that believe this is a glorified demo, that doesn't give you any more self-entitlement to it. You are told it's a beta for the reasons that it may or may not work correctly. It's still a work in progress, and you should expect bugs and bad performance and all the other things that go with that. Oh, but ShavedApe, there are only 2 weeks left until the final game. No, actually there were 4. From the 1st of October, it's about 4 weeks. And yeah, alright, by the end of the beta there are only 2 weeks, but do you really think they're just taking 2 weeks off while we play the beta? And yes, I know they won't be able to fix everything within the first day patch. That's fine, I get that, you know, they're not going to fix everything. But again, the truth is, the day one of the beta, they will have so much feedback, and oh, they did. By mid-afternoon, there were 84 pages of bugs posted. Now, there were probably some duplicates, but a lot to work through all the same. And I didn't even bother to count the other forums of bitching and whining and oh my god. But it's safe to say there was enough to give them something to work with, and now they got 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks to deal with all your bullshit moaning and whining. And during the beta, the devs, as I say, don't just take 2 weeks off and go and play Battlefield 4. They will be monitoring the data that they get, as well as the forums, Reddit, Twitter, you name it. They'll be watching all of that and working with it and trying out, see if they can replicate a lot of what we're seeing too. Now that said, I do wonder if some of the frame rate issues and problems that a lot of people are complaining about is a hardware related thing. Now I'm not saying if you've got a GTX 690 it shouldn't be able to run the game, or quad GTX 690 or whatever the fuck you want to say you've got. Because let's face it, there are a lot of people out there that pretend they've got a lot better than they have. But let's say that you have genuinely got 770 SLI or whatever. You know, I'm wondering if maybe the problem is that, well, I myself I haven't really seen any issues, and I am running a 7970 gigahertz GPU, an AMD, and I'm also running an AMD CPU. And because I've spoken to other people that have got similar kind of setups to me, I am sort of left wondering if this is more of an Nvidia issue than it is an AMD one. Now I do know there are guys out there with AMD GPUs that are also having issues, but I'm questioning and wondering if those people are running Intel CPUs instead of AMD. I'm not saying AMD's perfect, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should go out and buy it. Now the reason, as I say, I'm asking this is because aside from being the official hardware sponsor of Battlefield 4, they're also the architecture of next-gen consoles, and I'm sort of wondering if it's because the code runs better on AMD hardware purely because, of course, if you're writing for that architecture, yeah, is it working better on AMD? I guess that's what I'm asking. So let me know your experiences, guys. I really would like to know. Are you on console? And if so, how is it? you know, I don't get to read things like that. So let me know if you're playing on console. What's it like? Are you seeing the really crappy problems that other people are seeing? If you haven't played it yet, please do come back and let me know. I'd really like to know. I obviously can't change anything, but I'd still love to hear from you guys, so that I can
get ready.
at least, put that bit in my mind that's asking what's going on, why is that happening. I want to put it to rest. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay. So far, really like it. It does have a slightly closer feel towards COD, I guess. Not really sure. They want to appeal to more consumers, pull more people away from Call of Duty. So I'm not really shocked by that. But for me, I think it feels a lot more like Medal of Honor. Especially in terms of the gunplay. Right now, I would say the gunplay is very Medal of Honor-ish. Suppression does seem to have gone. Yay! For the most part, yeah, it's gone. There's still some there, but it's different suppression. It just doesn't have the same effect on your gameplay now. I'm loving that. It's just less of an issue. The guns do seem to hit hard, but I wouldn't say overly so. At least I don't think so anyway. The netcode, well, yeah, it's still got some issues. And some seem to be noticing it more than others. I have seen some people complain about the hit reg. Personally, I don't think I've had any issues with it. And I did ask others and they're like, no, it's fine. So, I wonder. But again, the devs are no doubt monitoring all of this stuff and can tweak it accordingly. You know, the idea behind this beta, according to the devs at least, is to stress test the servers and so on, and the netcode would be a huge part of that, I would have thought. So Levolution, what do I think of it? It's cool. You know, it changes the map somewhat. Bringing down the tower is awesome the first couple of times you do it. It's really cool. Now, after you've done it a couple of times, not so much fun. And if you're wondering how you take it down, for those that haven't already done it, the 4 pillars across the front of the building facing the water, you blow those up with RPGs, tanks, that kind of thing. You can do it with M320s, but it'll take a long time. And thank you, Jar, for that, by the way. He found that out for me, so thank you very much. It's cool, but it gets old, and it does change the game. I'll give it that. It does change the game. The map you play the map differently once that building comes down. Snipers, you know, suddenly turn towards it, whereas before they were perhaps looking for shots anywhere else. Now they're thinking, right, well now we can pick people off that are trying to cap C, so now we'll look towards it. So that's interesting. And of course there's no longer any snipers in the tower itself. So once you've tried it out, you do find yourself then just going on and trying other things in the game, you know, like trying out the guns, obviously. Shooting down choppers, for example, or just simply trying your hand at a spotter sniper. Now, Siege of Shanghai, I would say, is a fairly cool map. Some will hate it, some will love it. I think those that love very big open space maps, where you can drive around 5 or 6 tanks and, you know, never really see anyone, they're gonna hate it. But those of us that love close quarter battles, like myself, will love it. And I do, I think it's brilliant. It is a bit of a camp fest. There is no doubt of that, and snipers end up on virtually every rooftop, especially once that tower comes down, because as I've said, C-Flag becomes a great place for a sniper to overlook and pick off some kills. So far we don't have many guns to play with, which is a real shame. I want to play with more. We've been given 2 guns per class, and the default pistols, well, I'm sure they shoot confetti rather than fucking bullets. The assault rifles, well, the AK-12 is an absolute beast. Scar 8 is okay, but it's just okay. The Engineer's MX4, that's not bad. That's pretty darn good too. But again, this is beta, and I would have loved to have been able to try a few more guns so we can maybe give more feedback on them. You know, the AK-12, for example, has recoil, but it's really easy to control it. And as I say, it's a bit of a beast, so no doubt calls for nerfing will have already begun. The vehicles, well, they seem okay. I played in a couple of choppers, and they definitely feel easier to fly. I could always fly them. I wouldn't say I was some amazing pilot, but I could fly them. I haven't really played a huge amount in any vehicle though. I am much more of an infantry player, so rarely choose to jump in a vehicle unless it's free. All in all, the beta isn't bad at all. for a beta, and while I understand people's frustrations at not being able to play, it is a beta if the devs themselves choose to call it that. So get over it, get used to it, it's a beta. It's not perfect by any means. I turned down my graphics from ultra to low and saw only a small improvement in terms of frames, for example. And yes, there's the occasional crash, but I didn't really expect any less than that, or any more than that even. The biggest question, I think, personally, and should really be on anybody's lips, is it fun to play? And the answer is, oh hell yes, it's awesome. My throat is still sore from yesterday from laughing so hard. We were screaming with laughter with some of the things we pulled off. So yes, it's fun. If you can play it, and you know, as soon as you can, if you can already play it, October the 4th, go and get it. It's worth trying, and I'm sorry if you're having frame rate issues and so on. But, you know, do your best to give it a go, because it's fun. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to say thank you very, very much for watching. You guys are awesome as always. Please share your experiences with me. I would love to hear what other people think of the game. Do you hate it? Why do you hate it? Do you love it? You don't have to tell me why you love it, but feel free to tell me why you love it. Also, if you like the video, please don't forget to click the like button. Maybe you want to share it with people. That's always nice, you know. Share it with people you know, even some you don't know. And I will be eternally grateful. Now, as always, I want to say thank you again. You guys rock for sticking with me, liking, sharing my videos. I cannot thank you enough. But again, thank you all the same. I will see you very, very soon. But for now, it's Battlefield 4 time.